that we're good.
Revelation 12 and 12.
Yeah. Let me just see if I can see myself here. All right, we look like we're good. All right, shalom. Shalom. All right, first and foremost, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings, all right, onto the elect. All right, Salaki, the camera's, not the best right now, but, if you can see, I'm with the brother. What happened? I turned it off?
Oh, they pressed the button.
Okay, Salaki. So, I'm with the brother, I'm now with Allah, all right, and, we're here, so, as the scriptures say, where 2 or 3 are gathered, there I am in the midst thereof. All right, so why not, get into the spirit, all right, get into holy conversation, all right, through the spirit, and just see where it goes. Now, I was watching a part, all right, of the Elder Yashwama's video that he did concerning in the news, all right, and it was basically going into one of the article headlines that he read was going into Klaus, I think his name is Klaus Schwab, the dude with the World Economic Forum, all right, the same guy who came out and said he wants to put chips in people, all right. He came out and he's basically saying that as a part, a part of the Great Reset, is they want, in a nutshell, they want legislation, all right, to be able to, persecute, all right, those that are, let's just say, not with it, all right. Let's just say those that are not with it. That means, that means you don't want to take the that means you're not in agreement with whatever they say. And ultimately, like the saying, like we've always said, in these movies, they'll label you an enemy of the state, all right. And an enemy of the state doesn't mean that you're doing anything bad necessarily. An enemy of the state simply means that anything they say you have to take as fact, and if you don't take it as fact, then you're an enemy of the state, all right. You're an enemy of the state, and guess what? They're gonna label you a dissident, all right. And there's a reason you had books, all right, like George Orwell's 1984. Okay, it was to show you the reality or the future of what's to come, and it's also written of in the scriptures, all right. We know, all right, pursuant to prophecy, that this devil is mad, he's upset, all right. There's the spirit, we went there before, look how many people are there.
Oh, shit.
All right, he's upset because he sees, all right, things are happening in the world, all right. He sees people waking up, he sees the elect, to be more specific, waking up, and more people are inquiring, more and more people, all right, are starting to believe, okay, they're actually starting to believe. See, there's a spirit, all right, there's a spirit, as the Lord said, his spirit, it hath gathered them, all right, that his word doesn't go out void. Guess what? There's a spirit that is out here, and it is actually working, all right. As a matter of fact, hold that and go to Psalms chapter 119, verse 126, all right, because we are in the time of the Lord working those works, as it says in Habakkuk, that I shall work a work in your days, all right, which you would not believe though it were told you, roughly paraphrasing. And that's what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is doing. You got that?
Psalms 119 and what?
And 126. See if it's 126 or 127.
Psalms 119.
It says that it's time for thee, O Lord, to work.
Yeah. This is Psalms chapter 119, verse 126. It is time for thee, Lord, to work, for they have made void thy law.
Exactly, and that's what they've done. They've made void the law of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And what are we doing? We're calling it to remembrance. We're telling our people to wake up, and you know what? It's starting to make more sense. All right, it's starting to make the most sense than it's ever made, and that's why these devils are scared. That's why they're like, nah, we got to get these guys off. All right, we got to get them off the streets. We got to get them off the videos. We got to get them off of everywhere they at. All right, because if we keep them on here, as the wicked scribes and Pharisees said concerning Yahushai, that if we let him, if we let him be, all right, all men will believe on him. And they couldn't have that happen, because what they said, then the Romans will come and take away our kingdom, our authority. All right. So like it says, it is time for thee, all right, to work, O Lord, for they have what? They have made void thy law. Okay, and that's what the Lord is doing. He is working a work in our days, okay, through the men of the Lord, all right, through the current events that are taking place on the planet Earth, okay, and being that we're being diligent, pursuant to 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter and the 1st verse, we're measuring the times diligently, all right, and we're causing the people to get the understanding, all right, of these mysteries that have been, all right, a mystery for so long. Okay, so now from there, let's go to Revelation 12 and 12. All right, and it is because of that this devil is angry, all right, and he's upset. And what does he ultimately want to do? He wants to come and kill us. Okay, and he does have plans to do so, you know. But see, the way this devil moves through his deception, all right, he can't blow his cover by moving too rashly, you know, and just straight up, yeah, I want them black Hebrew Israelites, I want them, because then it's going to be a wrap for him, because he understands, all right, that you can do nothing against the truth, but only for the truth. All right, you got that?
Yeah.
All right, you can bring it on. And if you got any points, you could just jump in and add
on. This is Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them.
Right. So now, why should the heavens and those that dwell in the heavens rejoice? Because we're at the time of the end. All right, we're at the time of the end. This is what because who's in the heavens? Yahweh's in the heavens. Yahweh Shai's in the heavens. The angels are in the heavens, and all the spirits, all right, that have passed away are in the heavens. Okay, so they have to what? Rejoice. Okay, ye that dwell in the heavens, the Most High is going to rejoice. Yahweh Shai is definitely going to rejoice. Why is that? Because he's coming to get his kingdom. All right, he's been waiting for this for 2,000 plus years. So of course he's going to rejoice, because what? The Lord is going to make his enemies, all right, his footstool, you know? So he's going to rejoice about that. And you're going to have Israelites that are also going to rejoice about that, because they're going to say, hey, look, man, you know, the new kingdom is coming. You know, I'm about to be made a king. I don't want to go back on a, you know, back in the world, all right, back on the earth in a polluted state and be a slave. Nobody wants that. So everybody's rejoicing because this devil's about to be taken down. Pursuant to Revelation 11, and I believe the 18th verse, it talks about and that the Lord should have destroyed those that destroy the earth. You know, go ahead.
Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. Right.
So woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. And why is that? Because those of us that are dwelling here on the earth, when this devil, all right, when Esau Edom comes down with great wrath, remember, he's the son of perdition. And it's gonna be a time of woe, all right, where there's an actual war, but it's gonna be a time of great destruction. All right? Because remember, this devil has no chill. In his mind, if he can't have it, nobody can. All right, that is this devil's MO, man. You know, and everywhere he goes, he leaves a path of destruction. But in this time, he's about to come no chill. The reason he's been moving so slowly, because I bet you, man, these devils, if they had it that way, all right, they would want to just rush in straight up and just take us out. You know, take us out. They wouldn't want to wait. They wouldn't want to conversate. They don't want to slow down nothing. They would just want to rush in straight up and take us out. Okay, but what? They can't do that. You know, they got to move slowly, because even ultimately, whatever plans they have is pursuant to what the Most High puts into their minds. All right, Proverbs 21 and 1. Okay, so now jump down from there, all right, to verse the last verse, the 17th verse, I believe.
This is Revelation chapter 12, verse 17. And the dragon was wroth with the woman.
Right, so now who's the dragon? You'll notice the dragon is mentioned quite often in the book of Revelation and in different time periods. But it's still the same dragon. It's still the same people that make up that power structure. That dragon, if you look at it on a very, very general, overall perspective, is really the power structure of Esau Edom. All right, the Greeks, when the Greeks were on the scene, the Romans were on the scene, them being on the scene now, guess what? It's all Esau Edom coming up into power. All right, just going by different names. Okay, so the dragon today would be Esau's power structure, which we know is set up, all right, together as the North Atlantic Treaty Organization and the European Union. All right, NATO and the EU. So it says they were wroth. They were angry. They're very, very angry. But why is that? Because who are they angry with? What does it say?
And the dragon was wroth with the woman.
So he was wroth with the woman. He was exceedingly angry. And who's the woman? The woman represents Israel. Okay, go ahead.
And went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of God and have the testimony of Yahushua and Mashiach.
That's right. So they came to make war with the remnant of her seed, which is the elect, who keep the commandments of God, because we're trying. Well, go to, you can open that in the cabinet and get the Apocrypha and get Baruch, the 2nd chapter, and right around the 30th verse. All right, because the elect are the ones who are keeping the commandments of the Most High to the best, all right, of their ability. Lord willing, we're of that number. Okay. And so this devil is angry, and he's coming to make war really with us. And that's why when you look at whose videos are being taken down, all right, it's our videos that are being taken down. Okay. When you look at who he's really trying to target, they speak vaguely, all right, but not vague enough. Okay, they speak vaguely, but targeting us at the core of whatever they're saying. You notice when they push their, terrorism stuff, of course they start with Edomites, and then the root core or the root area they really want to end at is Israelites. Okay, when they started, now if you paid attention, when they started this thing, right, all around the world, who were the first people, right? Chinese, right? Moabites. Then they said Edomites. Right? So Jake was going around thinking, oh, I'm immune, I'm chilling, Jake is fine, right? And then who did they really lastly end on and stay on? Not just Southern Kingdom, but they said Negroes, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, in that order. All right? Your President Biden said that. Okay? So you understand that, yeah, they speak vaguely, but at the core, what they have in mind sounds, what's that, 55 and 20 or so, about war was in their heart. At the core, in their mind, they're thinking of us when they say those things. When they have those press conferences and all that, they're thinking of us, man. When they put out articles and say, we need to, people that refuse to, get down with the program are, a threat to society. When they say people, they picture us. All right?
This, you said Baruch 2:30, right?
Yeah.
This is Baruch chapter 2, verse 30. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people.
But stiff-necked meaning that, like, if you have a stiff neck, it's hard for you to turn. Now the scriptures talk about how we have basically tried to, grab them and show them the right path, but what? They pull the shoulder, So they don't want to turn from their wickedness. They're set straight dead in their wickedness. And that's majority of these Israelites, pursuant to Isaiah the 30th chapter. You got it.
But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves.
In the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves. Now, that's talking about America, because what captivity did we forget that we were Israelites in? That we would need to remember ourselves. When we were in Egypt, all right, becoming a nation, all right, that's when we made the covenant with the Lord after we came out, all right, and we were established as that nation. But when the Assyrians took us over, we knew we were Israelites, all right. Tobit was an Israelite, all right, who got deported, and he was keeping the customs. He knew he was an Israelite. Tobias, okay. And then when the Babylonians took us over, we knew we were Israelites during the Babylonian Empire, during the Medo-Persian Empire, during the Greek Empire, even though you had certain Israelites that basically refused to acknowledge that, they basically threw away their heritage, all right? They threw away all of that so they could become quote unquote Greeks, all right? But at the end of the day, we still knew we were Israelites, all right, for the most part, okay? So it wasn't until really this captivity, after Esau Edom came in, all right, thank you, boss. Esau Edom came and beat us, and really put us in this beat down state to where we couldn't even read and write. We lost the knowledge of who we were. So it is here, all right, mainly in America, Babylon the Great, all right, and the different parts of the world where we've been scattered, that we forgot ourselves. So it is here that we are going to what? Remember ourselves. All right, the scriptures say in the book of Revelation that after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life entered into them. And so that 3 days and a half was that period of us in slavery where we forgot who we were. Remember, Paul speaks about there being a falling away. And what ultimately did we fall away from? We fall away from our power, all right? And we fell away from who we were, okay? So that's why in this land, we're going to remember ourselves. We're going to remember that we're the children of Israel, all right? Banyam Yasharala, okay, sons of Israel. Go ahead. Of course, you know, women included. All right, go ahead.
Verse 31. And return from their stiff neck and from their wicked deeds, for they shall remember the way of their fathers, which sinned before the Lord.
Right. So we're going to return from our stiff-necked and wicked deeds. So what are some stiff-necked and wicked things we were doing? Committing adultery, eating pork, you know, amongst many other things. And I know that's like the main kind of things we always bring up, but it's true. All right. A lot of our people were doing that, whether knowingly or unknowingly. Heck, they had something called TYB season. All right. Which stands for take your bitch. Now, isn't that adultery to the max? TYB, take your bitch? Yeah, I know, I'll come around. Because they were working there earlier, so that's why I skipped it. You know, take your bitch, how wicked is that? And but see, Jake had a season for that. Where they call, you know, they have something called cuffing season, and then they got something called TYB season. And then literally in their mind, they're like, all right, this is the season where I'm gonna plan to take somebody's woman. How wicked is that? See, and these are things that Jake was doing. All right, when we were in the world, these are things that you might have partaken in. You know, you might have went all the way, slept with another man's woman. You might have been dogging down those bacon, egg, and cheese in the morning on your way to school. I'm saying that because I used to do that. You know, not knowingly though. Okay, and then you find out, okay, yo, this is going off. You finally hear the truth, and you know the Lord awakens you. You're like, oh, I've been tripping this whole time. You know, so in this land, we were gonna remember ourselves. And then we were going to remember our fathers who sinned. See, when we go into the book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, what are we doing? We're remembering our fathers who sinned. We're remembering we're remembering that it was because we went off, all right, that the Lord put us in this captivity. So we're remembering our fathers who sinned. And then, what does it say? Yeah, I don't think it's going to let me make a right over here. This is 229. So I'm going to go down a bit more. All right, go ahead.
Verse 34. And I will bring them again into the land which I promised with an oath unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And they shall be the lords of it. And I will increase them, and they shall not be diminished.
Right. And what land is that? That's the land of Israel. All right. And that's what the Lord did promise us when he told Abraham, when he showed Abraham the land of Canaan. All right. He told him that this was going to be basically for his inheritance, you know, and his seed, but going through Isaac and Jacob. Okay. And so, like the Lord said, he's going to what? He's going to bring us back to that land. All right. Back to the land of Israel. He's going to clean us up. He's going to turn away the captivity. All right. And he's going to bring us back to that land. All right. Let's see if I can get you. Sorry. All right.
Verse 35. Verse 35. And I will make an everlasting covenant with them to be their God, and they shall be my people. And I will no more drive my people out of Israel out of the land I have given them. Right.
So now why would the Lord no more do that? Because we're going to be made perfect. You see, then before the Lord takes us there, that's when he's going to make us perfect. All right. With that new covenant of making us righteous. See, he's going to put the laws in us. So we're never going to go off. Because why did the Lord take us out of the land to begin with? Deuteronomy 28 and 68. It mentions that ye shall not see it anymore, because we went off. And he took us from that land as a part of the punishment. Okay? So when he takes us back, he's going to make us perfect to where we're never going to have to go off. And if we never go off, he's never going to need to punish us. All right? There's more?
No.
All right. You have something?
No.
All right. So I know since we're about to close it, let's actually go to Revelation 15, and we can start at the top.
This is Revelation chapter 15. And I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7 last plagues, for in them is filled up with the wrath of the Most High.
Right, and those 7 last plagues, really that's the lifespan of America, because once all those plagues are some have already passed, but that 7th, once that 7th plague hits, America's done, finished, through, finito. All right, go ahead.
Verse 2. And I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire.
Right, so now the sea of glass is that firmament, because where the elect gonna be? The elect are gonna be up in those chariots, up out of this place. Okay, that's why it says, "Come up hither, that ye be not partakers of her sins and of her plagues." All right, so the elect are gonna be up in a chariot, looking down through the firmament. All right, through the sky, you could say, and looking down at the fire. So that's why it says here that it was like a sea of glass mingled, all right, with fire, because of the way the fire is going to look through the firmament as we're looking down. All right, Lord willing, we're of that number. Go ahead.
And them that had gotten the victory over the beast.
See, they got the victory over the beast, and ultimately that's what it is. See, the devil, he's going to come to make war, but he's not going to win, because even when he does kill some of us, that's because the Lord wanted us to be martyrs for him. That doesn't mean he saw one. All right, it's the prophecy says, all right, the same prophecy that says he's gonna come as a with great wrath. He's gonna set up his infrastructure. He's gonna cause all to receive that mark, even though not everybody's gonna take it. That's the same book, the same prophecy that says that he's gonna be defeated. All right, and that we're gonna gain the victory over the beast. So it seems like, well, what the hell are we going to do against all the world's governments? If we say we're not going to comply, we're not going up against Cuomo or what's his name, De Blasio or Biden. We're going up against the whole world, because remember, the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked. So we're going up against the whole world. IMF, World Bank, the UK, the Europe, Federal Reserve, everything. The ones who control the laws and everything. And you thinking, well, damn, how the hell? You know what I'm saying? I said no, but they've literally conditioned the whole world to say yes. You know, but we can't lose hope because of that. That is what makes a story even that much better when the Lord takes his place down. Because how do we get the victory? Yeah, read it. It's gonna say it.
And over his image and over his mark. And over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of God.
Oh, damn. Was it say overcame through the blood of the Lamb? Or is that's not this verse, right? No. It's not. It might be 11. Let's see. Go to 11 real quick. And around the 8th. No, not the 8th verse. Shall finish their testimony. It's escaping my mind right now. It's fine. It might be 12 actually. Let's look at 12. 12 and there we go. Yep. 12 and 11.
This is Revelation chapter 12, verse 11. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb.
So remember, it said we got the victory over the beast. So how do we? Who's that him? The beast. Esau, Edom. So how do we overcome him?
By the blood of the Lamb.
And who's the Lamb? Yahushua. See? So these people, it may look as though, oh, it's the whole world against us, but guess what? We got the power that created the world. So now think about it, it's your little ass world against the creator. Now what? You see how the tables flip? You know, you got us, you got a big monster, well then you got a bigger monster. You know? So you guys are screwed either way, man. All right, in a sense, we're like the bait. And the second, Isaiah 59:19, the second you come to grab up onto that bait, Lord is going,
And by the word of their testimony.
And by the word of their testimony. And that's why it's important, all right, that we go out there and we teach this word. Okay?
And they love not their lives unto death.
And they love not their lives unto the death. So guess what? If they do come for you and they do end up grabbing you up, and you do end up being one of those that they're gonna put to death, so be it. I mean, why would you disobey the Lord to maintain a life of slavery here? What is there really here? I mean, we complain about how we hate this place, but then when the time comes when you gotta, maybe give up your life for the Lord so you can get to a better place, What, you gonna turn around and say, nah, Lord, I ain't doing that. I hate this place, but I love my life, so I want to keep living here. Why is that? You know, what's that saying? To rather die on your feet than to live on your knees? Because that's horrible, man. You guys say?
Yeah.
You know, that's horrible. Oh yeah, go ahead. You know, that's not honorable. You know, and guess what? Whether you decide to stand for the Lord or you decide not to stand for the Lord, the kingdom is still coming. All right, it's still coming, and we're gonna get to the kingdom. And guess what? You gonna remember how you were one of those guys who, nah, you know, yeah, I don't think I'm really finna do this for the Lord. And then you're gonna look around you, and you're gonna see everything the Lord did for you. And then you're gonna think back, and see what you couldn't do for the Lord. And then you're gonna get that everlasting shame and contempt. You're gonna feel that you know, you're gonna feel bad, at least for a time period.
This is Matthew chapter 10, verse 39. He that findeth his life shall lose it, and he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it.
Can speak on it. You know, okay, hey, but hey, look, it's basically, if you find your life, if you're looking to save your life, because you got people that'll be like, we all know those people. You got people that'll be like, oh, I'm with you, until the time comes when they kick it, they come into your doorstep. Now what are they doing? They turn on you. You know? Oh yeah, I was with you. Like, yo, I thought you said you was with me. No, bro. I don't know, bro. You see, there's a gun in his hand, bro. He's about to kill us right now, bro. So what are they doing? They're seeking to find their life. They're seeking to really turn on the Lord in order to
save themselves.
That's it. And then what does the second part say?
And he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it. For my sake shall find it.
So if it comes to the time and you want some, like, yo, it is what it is. You know, maybe there's a guillotine in front of you and they're like, you taking that chip or you getting that dip? You know what I'm saying? Let me taking that head off. If you stand firm and you say, you know what, I'll lose it for you. How about Shemiel shot? Guess what? You people act as though you die and that's it. You said, who gave you life to begin with? Who gave you life? So if the Creator, the one who created your spirit and gave you life, I mean, did Yahushua not raise people from the dead? So if he says lose your life and I'll give it back to you, he's done it already before. So what's the big deal? Oh nah, Lord, I got a family, I got bills to pay. Nigga, who cares about bills? If you lose your life, the Lord can. He said he's gonna give you a crown of life. All right. So it's an honorable thing, man. There's nothing to fear. You know. Now, I do acknowledge that saying it is one thing and being faced with it is another thing. But even still, you have to stand by what you believe in. You know, you got to stand firm by what you believe in. All right.
And when that time comes, yeah, of course you're gonna be afraid, but that's a time and moment you have to pray and believe and have faith.
Yep, beautifully said. Because what did Yahushua do? When his hour came, he prayed. And see, first he prayed to see, you know, if the Lord could pass the cup. But then he said, not my will, but let thy will be done. And then it says an angel came and ministered unto him and strengthened him. See? So when the time comes, we're not to pray for the Lord to take it away from us, but that if we have to go through it, for him to strengthen us so that we can go through it. Okay? Because if the Lord puts something in your way to do his will, it's for that thing that he put in your way to accomplish what it was sent to accomplish. And you want to make sure that after that period of all of that, you come out gold. All right? You come out gold. Like the brother said, we got to pray for strength and endurance. Okay? You want to make sure that you come out stronger and purified, because that's the reason the Lord's going to bring that hell, not for your destruction. All right? But if you made of the right quality, the right substance, it's going to be for your purification. All right? And that's the mindset we got to be in, man. All right? Right now, things look a little chill, you know, things calm down a bit. But when the Lord picks things back up again, man, you better be ready, man, all the way. Because we don't know if he's going to do another tarry or if he's just going to throw it all the way, man. So your mindset should be whatever comes, I'm willing to go all the way with it. It doesn't matter what I'm doing right now. I'm willing to go all the way with it.
train of thought.
It's all good. Going all the way with it.
Oh yeah, and yeah, don't be afraid, because the Lord will not give you more than you can handle.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
So you just gotta stay firm and stick to it and endure.
Because see, the Most High knows your fears. You know, He knows what you're scared of, but He knows that if I just put it just 3 more degrees to the left, He's gonna crack out of that fear, and He's gonna be one of those strong ass faithful brothers. You know, so I'm gonna put it on Him. You know, initially it's gonna be like, yo, what the? Remember we went to the gym today, right?
Yeah.
So remember, initially the weights was like, yo, this is too much.
Yeah.
But you start lifting it, you start pushing through it, and you're like, yo, I can actually do this. You know, but you'll never know. If I didn't push you, you would have been like, nah, I stay right here.
Yeah.
You see? So you never know how much you can go until you actually put in there. But the Lord knows how much you can go. So that's why you gotta what? You gotta trust in the Lord. When something comes your way, and it looks like it's too much, just think about this. This looks like it's too much, but clearly it's not too much, because the Lord brought it my way. So the Lord knows that within me I could overcome this. You know, because I may think it's too much, but if it was too much, then the scripture would be wrong. The Lord said that He's going, he like the brother just mentioned, that it's not going to be more than you can bear. So even though it may look like it's more than you can bear, well, what do we walk by? We walk by faith and not by sight. So we walk by, all right, it looks really, really bad, but if the Lord brought it my way, that means I can overcome it. And that's when you start digging. You start digging it within you to bring out whatever it is that the Lord is trying to bring out within you to where you can overcome it. Because see, once you force that level of faith out, it stays. You know, you've reached this level, so you know what this level feels like. You know, so now from there, where can you go? You can just keep going higher. You know, that's right. Hey, shalom to those watching. Fisher turned Hunter, Amos 9 and 11, Ecclesiasticus 2 and 5. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Believe in Him, verse 6, and He will He will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in Him. Don't trust in what you see. Don't trust in what you hear. You know, and because it's there to, the world is there to, you know, the demons, they could play with your senses, but they can't play with your faith. You see, they can make you see things that's not there. They can make you hallucinate. They can make you hear things that they're not really there. But if you believe what's right, you have that helmet of salvation, they can't make you, unless the Lord takes that spirit away from you, they can't change your faith. So what do you know in your faith? This is what the Lord said. Follow that. Even if you can't see, even if you can't talk, even if you can't hear, you can have faith, right? So you just go by that. That's it. You know? I know brothers was putting them precepts up there. Salaki weren't able to get to all of them. Chakam Banyamyan, Revelation 3 and 11. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. Exactly. See, so we have it now, but when the time comes, are you gonna have it after? That's why Yahushua said, he that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved. So we gotta pray, man. We gotta pray that whatever we have now, that when all is said and done, that it's increased. All right, it's increased, and that it doesn't go the opposite way, man. You don't, like the Yahushua said, don't lose your crown, man. You may have your crown today, but you don't know if you're gonna have it tomorrow. And that's the fear that should drive you to do everything in your power to maintain your crown. Yep, this is Gashan, brother Gashan 72, Matthew 10 and 28. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear Him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. All right, hey, shalom. That's right. That's right. Shalom, bro. We almost out of here. You know. So, what's here for us? What's here for us that's so important that you gotta put the Lord on hold or turn the Lord down for that? Nothing. You know. You think of it like maybe you got a bully at school that you're afraid of, right? But then you got your father who you're terrified of. The bully tells you, yo, go this way. And your father says, nah, sit down. Obviously, you're going to be like, yeah, I'm scared of the bully, but you ain't got nothing on my pops, bro. My ass is sat right there. Before he even said it, I was already sitting down. I'm going to stay sitting down. So who do you fear more? That's what it comes down to. The Lord is looking at it like, all right, you fear me or you fear Him? And based on your action, the Lord is going to know. If you take that thing, guess what? Who do you fear? You fear him. Because what do you fear? The consequences that who? Esau is going to bring upon you for not doing what he says. I don't want to take the chip. Well, Esau says that I can't buy and sell. And we start to think that just because you can't buy and sell, you can't eat. Hold up. That's not the way it goes. Were the children of Israel buying and selling in the wilderness? No, but they were eating. Right? So when you think about it like that, you're like, well, buying and selling isn't the only way to eat. You know? Did the Lord not feed Elijah? Did he not send an angel to bring food to Elijah? Did Elijah have to purchase the food from the ravens when they brought it to him? No. See, that's the level of faith you got to tap into, man. You know? When that time comes, yeah, they're gonna stop the carnal way. They're gonna stop your carnal access to certain resources you might need. But that's when you tap into the spiritual. That's when you ask the Lord. There's no food, you can't buy food, you pray. All right? And with your faith, you purchase the food. And the Lord will bring it however way. Protection, shelter. The Most High is in charge of it all, man. Yahweh B'Ashem Yahushua is in charge of it all, man. All right? That's it?
No.
All right. Yeah, so I believe that was it on there. All right, you know, we're pretty much gonna end it here. You got anything?
Yeah, I just wanted to point out that most people don't understand the meaning of death, and death is just the separation between body and spirit.
That's it. That's right. That's right. So when you understand that, you're like, well, it's really just like going to sleep. You know, like it's not like I'm gonna cease to exist. I'm going to the spirit world, chill, and when time to come back, I come back in a new body too.
Yep.
You know? So hey, death ain't, you know, the end of it, man. It's just a transition. You know? It's just a transition. All right. So with that, we hope you were edified. You know, we want to say Yahweh B'Ashem Yahushua Barakatham to all you sincere, you know, listeners, and call hello Yahweh B'Ashem Yahushua B'Ashem Rakak Wadash. Lord's will, the Lord keeps the spirit on us. All right, and we be of the elect, and we get delivered out of this place, man. All right. So with that, shalom.
Shalom.